Well, I didn't mean it like that. The fire is going cold. Can you drop a log on it please? Okay. Notice anything about this at Huffington Post editors meeting? Y'all don't hire bulk people, lol. Snitch. A priest who temporarily died reveals he went to hell and they were playing Rihanna's Umbrella as texture. Priest who temporarily died says he went to hell and they play Rihanna's music to texture people. Real question is, why is a priest ending up in hell? Short hair Cammy. We censoring armpits now? I'm guessing because there's weird people on Twitter. Yeah, me uncensor them. This is not mannequin sitting next to me on this flight. She is asleep and snoring. Fun Australian fact. This kangaroo is waiting for pursuers to come into the water with him, where he will try to drown them. They are extremely good at it. Never ever go into water with a kangaroo. Everything has lots of innovative ways to kill you here. Reporter. So Fred, you're 97. What's your secret? Fred, I snacked a clock for a watch once. Reporter. I meant secret of your longevity. Fred, oh. Fruits and vegetables. US Army doctor returns arm to Vietnamese soldier 50 years after he took it as a souvenir. Hey, so remember that arm you lost? Inflation is tearing my family apart. After 3 days of eating in England, I now understand why Gordon Ramsay is so ducking angry all the time. The beauty of their women and taste of their food made the Brits the best sailors in the world. Having a rough day? Just remember that an arrow can only be shot by pulling it backwards. So when life is dragging you back with difficulties, it means it's about to send you forward to kill someone. My guy didn't think twice. I love Disneyland. Me too. Face ride? Sure, why not? Street Los Angeles, California. My bedtime is at 12. I meant fave. A man from China bought a first class ticket which came with access to a VIP lounge that had free food. He rescheduled over 300 times in a year to enjoy over 300 free meals. When investigated, it was found that after eating he would change his reservation to a later date. He finally cancelled his ticket and got a full refund. R.I.P. Uncle Mo, you touched many lives. Mole sister. In loving memory of my. Okay, listen, I know this will make me sound like an idiot, but hear me out. My girlfriend is pregnant, blood test and everything. She's never had sex, not once. Her mom has eyes on her every day, and nobody can get in or out of the house without her knowing. Is immaculate conception possible? I know I sound like a fool, but I swear she's never had sex, ever. Edit. I'm gonna go away and smoke to calm my nerves. Further info coming. Consent condom requires 4 hands to open. Making powerful statement about consent. Place a consent to. Today I made my first money as a photographer. I sold my camera. Not recommended. 8.0 hours last 2 weeks or 8.0 hours on record. I cannot believe that the creators of Hogwarts Legacy and J.K. Rowling would do something so controversial. It is entirely unacceptable in 2023 to have these views and they deserve all the hate they get. I will be refunding this game and boycotting it to spread awareness. It is inhumane and downright demeaning that they make you play as a British person. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Valentine's special. For $750, we will arrest you in front of your wife on Friday and release you on Monday. Includes lodging, fishing gear, guide, food, and beer. We come in police car and uniforms. A little bit of snow on the ground and everyone forgets how to drive. US shoots down a 4th flying object. The latest object was taken down over Lake Huron. Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Bulk lives matter, or do they? Vsauce music. Laugh all you want. In less than 20 years, everyone will be working from home just like me. Yeah, I don't think so. Kim Possible first episode date, June 7th 2002. Are ya winning, son? The accident was 12 years ago, Dad. It isn't your fault. Let me go. 2016. Honey, I found a pic of your grown mother. 2019. Honey, I found a pic of your grown mother. Martha Stewart unveils giant tattoo of Snoop Dogg's face. Me. Oh, I'm sorry. Take my seat if you're pregnant. Lady. I'm not pregnant. Me. Haha, yeah, wanna be. Lady. You're disgus. Me. I own a fertility clinic. Lady. Oh, sorry, Me. It's called your bedroom. Lady. You piece of. Me. It was an old mattress store, we never changed the sign. Back in my day, I could walk in a store with $25 and walk out with 6 porterhouse steaks, 2 chickens, a case of beer, 5 bottles of wine, 2 loaves of bread and a gallon of milk. Can't do that today. Too many ducking cameras. Bees danging. I never understood why the monsters in Space Jam didn't want my talent. We loved the talent magic. We just didn't want the other stuff. 'Cause AIDS. I used to smoke pot and go to class. Sneak in 10 minutes late with a bullshit excuse. Slink down low at my desk. Pray to God nobody asked me any questions. I was the best teacher ever. Pulled up the carpets in newly purchased house to find this. I remember getting caught snow skiing in high school. Mr. Simmons was smelling everybody hands. I stuck mines in my booty. He smelled mines and let me go. Girls, am I fat? Don't say that. You're perfect. Boys, bro, am I fat? Theodore Roosevelt remarked that Taft should give up riding because it was doing him no good and because it was cruelty to the horse. Met my daughter's teacher tonight. It was heartbreaking. She was working at her second job. Teachers are the most underpaid, underappreciated, yet most valuable people in the world. So anyway, I gave her $50 for a lap dance, so I'm doing my part. Just released, photo of Chinese balloon pilot. The older I get, the more I wonder what Kevin McAllister's dad did to afford this house and a vacation to Paris for 9 people. Upon Adbeek Cheyenne is crazy cause how you Adbeek Ted to other dudes jetting Catty. Catty? What's wrong with Robert's phone? He's in jail. Get the duck out to here. Yup. Got caught danging some chick behind a dumpster. What the duck? Some moffed up who care. Bullshitting. Yeah. I have no idea who Robert is. You have the wrong number. Rules to help us all. 2. Please be considerate of others. 3. No playing with baskets. 4. No dying. 5. Don't abase machines. Having a problem? Call area code 541-519. 6. Unattended wash can be taken out of machines. Not responsible for lost or stolen articles. No lighter, but we got science. How did you not have a lighter, but you did have a magnifying glass? Wait a minute. I always thought this invisible guy on the Powerpuff Girls was just funny because he's obviously dressed as a pimp, but it only now occurs to me that maybe it's not an invisible dog he's got on a leash. The new baby was born with no blood. What do you mean? He was born full crip. Hotler. Who said brown eyes aren't cute? I can't wait for the 6-year window when I'll be both old enough and young enough to go out with you. Back in my day, bet liquor was a top shelf, break in case of emergency, schoolyard insult. Nowadays it is a selectable option on most dating sites. Why didn't you tell me you have a wife and 2 kids? I'm shy lol. Spelling words with the CH sound. Write the correct word to complete each sentence. 1. Jen rubs her blank. 2. The blank is small and soft. 3. How blank does it cost? 4. Dad will blank the nuts. 5. There is a blank in the cup. 6. The king was very blank. Lol. 2 of my English teachers were pregnant. Only 2. The third one wasn't into students. Literally no one. Netflix. Still better than Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, so that's why Vegeta turns into a great ape. When I die, I'm donating my body to science. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. If you could prevent the Holocaust by saying the M word one time, should you? No, it is not appropriate or justifiable to use racial slurs, regardless of the situation. The use of racial slurs is offensive and perpetuates harmful stereotypes and prejudices. The Holocaust was a tragic and horrific event in history, and it is important to remember and learn from it to prevent such atrocities from happening again in the future. However, the use of racial slurs only causes harm and does not contribute to the goal of creating a more equitable and just society. McDonald's reintroduces the Hamburglar as a strangely attractive suburban dad. McDonald's knows what the people want. McDaddy. She jumped and fell into the water. I wanted to save her, but I had nobody to give my funds. It's a lovely day. I'm going to take Danny outside and wash the car with him. That's a great idea. Me losing my Beer Jean City to a celebrity. Everyone else in the wax museum. The moon is actually more useful than the sun, since the moon gives us light at night when it's dark. The sun only gives us light in the day when it's already bright. When the deaf kid is roasting you with sign language, so you turn off the lights. Peace was never an option. What does this even mean? Watch your speed. Your son does. If you don't keep an eye on your amphetamines, he's gonna be all over it. When SpongeBob shuts, do you think the poo is evenly distributed out of all the holes on his body, or does it come out of one designated vet hole? If you love a flower, don't pick it up. Because if you pick it up, it dies and ceases to be what you love. So if you love a flower, let it be. Love is not about possession, love is about null or show. You can stop the trolley at any time, but doing so would lead to some form of event where these people thank you, and you'd have to shake hands and make small talk. The reason Batman doesn't cover his whole face is because he needs the police to know he's white. When you just can't seem to learn from your mistakes. Before Chris, after Troy, after Michael. My uncle, I've got your nose. 4-year-old me, give it back to me. My uncle, no, now I'm taking it away with me. 18-year-old me, after I took his daughter's Beer Jean City. We're even now. Butch. McDonald's says it will remove tasteless sign opposite crematorium. Some thought it would upset grieving families, although a lot thought it was hilarious. When I was a child, I used to enjoy making sandcastles with my grandfather. That sounds really nice. Yes, until my mother made me put the urn back on the mantle. Welcome, sir, to my shop of curiosities. Yeah, can I get that monkey's paw? Hee hee hee. Choose your wishes carefully. Oh, I don't want any wishes. Curl. 1 extra large bottle of lube, please. Choose a superpower, but the first person to reply decides the side effect. Time travel. Your power work only if you have a 14-inch horse to doing a race. Okay, but where's downsides? Remember, when you bury a body, cover it with endangered plants, so it's illegal to dig it up. Follow me for more gardening tips. Did you know? A woman attending her son's wedding was left in tears after she identified the bride as her long-lost daughter. The incident happened in China. Welcome to another episode of Family Strokes. After 30 years, 2 brothers return to Chernobyl to find an old friend waiting for them. German woman claims she tried warning the USA about Chinese balloons 40 years ago. when you're playing Nerf Wars, but some kid doesn't call his hits. Me, rips up my drawing cause I messed it up. The guy I'm tattooing. Translation: House of Representatives wants to criminalize sensual acts with the deceased. Skin transformation. All I did was let my boyfriend nut on my face every night. Meet the person responsible for your choices, grades, success, parents' divorce, actions. Me thinking about how to kill the main character in this autobiography I'm writing. Me performs 4 Doom Eternal Glory kills in a row. The rest of the school assembly. Me takes a shot. The guy I took it from. In an alternate universe, Snape survived to see Harry grow up and become a teacher at Hogwarts. Remembering the time I caught my ex and his mom making out in the kitchen when I went to get a glass of water and they tried to convince me I was sleepwalking, but I heard them do indeed the next night. Kept reading thinking it was going to say allow immigration into Japan, and then got to the second sentence. A Yale economics professor has some ideas for how to deal with the burdens of Japan's rapidly aging society. The only solution, he said, is mass suicide of the elderly, including ritual disembowelment. Just found out from another person posting about how they didn't know they were allergic bananas and their symptoms are identical to what I have when I eat bananas, and now I'm questioning everything. It's okay. I didn't know I was allergic to citrus for most of my life. I thought it was normal for your throat to get tight. I realized today that bananas are not supposed to leave hives all over your mouth. Yay me on my way to get 2 teeth pulled. They ducking pulled the wrong tooth. How the duck does that even happen? Give yourself permission not to be accessible at all times. Ignore that voicemail. Leave that message on read. Turn off your phone. Don't answer emails. Destroy your SIM card. Burn your house down. Disappear under mysterious circumstances. A Yale economics professor has some ideas for how to deal with the burdens of Japan's rapidly aging society. The only solution, he said, is mass suicide of the elderly, including ritual disembowelment. A Yale professor suggested mass suicide for old people in Japan. What did he mean? 2004 Vauxhall Corsa, £1,500. Description: no silly offers, I know what I got. Ran and drove great before I put it in a river. Clean interior, just had it valeted, and it looks beautiful. If you want to have a look at the car, it's in the river near Sainsbury's in Salisbury. £1,500. Message 4 questions. New York cat named Moo seeks loving home and time for Valentine's Day. I've never made such a face after sight reading something in my head, lol. Personally, I think bread dough on its own is much tastier than cooked bread. I really dislike it when I go to a restaurant and get cooked bread. If I go, I'll have my brother chew the cooked bread and baby bird it to me so that it resembles bread dough. Me and the boys kneeling for Africans tonight. Santri Asharamji Bapu has started Parents Worship Day to save youth from ill effects of Western culture and make youth realize the value of true love of parents. The aim is Vikaran and Karesi Sandam Kaprakash Kier, be proud to be Sanatanian. Say no to Valentine's. Santri Asharamji Bapu initiated Parents Worship Day, which promotes respect for parents, happiness and success. Valentine's Day promotes database, alcoholism and moral degradation. When I can't share my mom wand, we share my brother's wand. It's just easier, to be honest. The fabled unicorn still exists. No harem. Well, unless you consider also loving a car, but a lot of guys are guilty of that, so I'm not really counting it. The reason for only 4-star is the main characters are just a little too broken, making it harder for me to relate to them. Also, I'm a bit homophobic and there is an affectionate gay couple in the book. Despite that, however, I found the plot interesting enough. Though having a person who's only ridden in a car one time before manage to navigate a racetrack in just over 6 seconds make me wonder if the author has ever personally been in control of a vehicle doing over 100 miles per hour. Only the existence of stats even make it possible. It's still hard to take in. Luckily the drive was full of mistakes. Good and bad guys are pretty clearly separated with few surprises. I will be continuing the series despite the personal preferences, if for no other reason than the main character's pure one-person relationship is extremely refreshing in the lead RPG genre. Tickled my little sister's foot this morning. Mom went crazy about it. Something about waiting until she's born. In case of emergency, hurl your enormous pens out the nearest window and climb to safety. Help wanted. For girls only. Psst. I need a super cucumber. You know what it's for. Keep it secret. Okay. Haley. 750 grams on delivery. Makes Haley happy. It's so sad that kids will never know the simple pleasure of playing Wii Sports tennis on a Saturday afternoon in 2006, while you parents yell about getting a divorce in the other room. Teacher. Can you tell your little sister to stop making faces please? Me knowing I live alone. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Marvel Legends Infinite series.